WMC Memphis, WMFS FM HD2 Bartlett Memphis. It's America's team. The Dallas Cowboys play here on ESPN 790 AM.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time. Take a family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, Best Care Home Services, and DeSoto Outdoors and Archery. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 as we talk outdoors every Saturday morning for the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor programming. It's hard to believe we've already been through an hour.
It does go by fast.
Doesn't it? It really does. And if you can recognize that voice, that is not Frank Barton, who is normally here on the third Saturday morning. No, Frank could not be with us this morning, so Dave Gabbert, the TWRA Minister of Propaganda, as we like to call him, our information officer out of Jackson, Tennessee, is normally is here on Open Mic Saturday, but I talked him into coming down to fill in for Frank, and so and he loves to talk waterfowl, and it's that time of the month again, the third Saturday of each month at this same time, 7 a.m. We try to hook up with someone from our good friends at Drake Waterfowl, and thanks to Sydney Broadway from Drake, PR coordinator, for a familiar name. I can't say about the face. I won't even go into that. But now I've found out that he's down in his back, but he's still going to be a trooper and head out this morning. Barney Calef. Yeah. Good morning, Barney.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, we're doing fine. I'm not. I'm not even going to ask you how you hurt your back, but I know the world is waiting out there. It's got to be some great story. That
could be Pulitzer.
It could be. Are you okay?
I'm okay. It's a Yankee injury. I was shoveling snow.
I thought I was just thinking. Golly, because I don't know what's the temperature this morning. And tell our listeners where you are. Where your home is.
My home is Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And this morning when I got up, it was 0.
0 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Well, I want you to know that. This week in Memphis, we've gone up and down, and it's supposed to be 70, and then 28 tomorrow. So so we're getting some of your stuff. But tell us, we like to talk, and we've been talking a lot about weather conditions, Barney, and you being part of the Drake Waterfowl team. What's been the situation since these early mid-December blizzards are hitting you guys? Are they gone now from your place?
They're not completely gone, but I would say you're looking at the very tail end of the migration.
Yes.
What's real crazy is I was shooting an episode for Migration Nation the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of December. And I wore a pullover on the boat ride out. And to keep in mind, the boat ride was 45 miles an hour. It was still mild.
Wow.
But they had a blizzard just north of us up in Bismarck, and birds finally started to push in. And we got a good show shot, a lot of geese and some ducks. But then it's really got cold since then. And the only place that I know that you can go find any consistent numbers of birds were Lake Oahe. It's got 250,000 mallards on it, but it almost always does. They seldom leave there because it seldom freezes. Right. So with the rare exception of those Missouri River reservoirs, you're not going to find much north of the Mason-Dixon line anymore.
Well, we're hoping they're pushing them on down here. And you mentioned something I really wanted to talk about was the TV show. Tell our listeners a little bit about what goes into putting that show together.
Honestly, the best scenario I can explain is some hosts that have some personality.
Yes. And
some producers that have the eye for creating a interesting and fun show. It
is, isn't it? I mean, and you said the word right there. Not only it's interesting because you want people to teach, but it's entertainment. You guys are really cool. I mean, I talk about this radio show being so quick in 90 minutes. You guys put together a show, and I don't know how much ends up on the floor, but it seems like it's just spontaneous. A lot of that is, and I'm familiar with TV and done a lot of that, but I have a radio face. There's no doubt about that. So, explain how it all comes together.
Other than the production part, during the hunt, I won't get into the particulars there, but you essentially go out and hunt.
Yes.
And obviously you're not, throwing cuss words around like the good old boys do when there's nobody around. So you're certainly watching your manners when the camera's rolling, but you're hunting. The only difference that I like to tell people is there's a lot of shots that you would normally take in just a hunt, but when you're making TV, you don't shoot those.
You don't, do you? Yeah.
I try to get my stuff literally finished backpedaling the decoys. Doesn't always work that way, but I guess to shorten it up, you want the absolute most awesome hunt that you've ever been on with a TV camera to capture it.
And you guys set this thing up well in advance. I mean, your schedule's pretty well booked, isn't it?
Absolutely is. And to be honest, I've always said this when people ask about scheduling things. I'll be comfortable scheduling a Canada hunt in October.
Yes.
And comfortable scheduling an Oklahoma hunt in January. If I could, the rest of the year, I would just say be on guard. When we get the weather, we'll go. But we can't do that.
You can't do that, can you? Because that's one thing that you can't control. And talk a little bit about your association with Drake. We always like to find that out, Barney, about how that developed and your association with Drake Waterfowl.
It all started in Oxford, Mississippi.
That's what
I was at a promotion down there, and met a fellow named Tate Wood, and he showed me his clothing. We were both standing outside, and I started looking at some of the features and just fell in love with them. And then Tate and I struck up a friendship, and he told me if I could ever wear his clothing, he'd be proud to have me in it. And I was always under contractual obligations elsewhere.
Yeah.
When they went away, Tate gave me a call the very first night he heard about it, and I've been a Drake guy for, it's probably been 15 years now.
15 years. So you've seen this company really start off, and does it blow you away? It does me. I've known Tate since way back, and know that he took this company and is really, it's amazing what they've done.
Yeah, it is. When I met Tate, he had a parka and some bibs. They didn't have waders.
That's right. Yeah.
So there wasn't much, certainly. But again, the features that I saw, I fell in love with. And then, the product line obviously is just compounded, and the features have gotten better. And matter of fact, let me tell you one of the cool new items. Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with. They got the Guardian.
Yes, I was leading into that. Tell our listeners about the Guardian.
Well, the clothing's always been waterproof, so to speak, and I've not had problems with my stuff. Some guys said that they'll have seams leak here and there. So Tate and Bobby come up with Guardian, and I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but there'll be something on the Migration Nation Facebook page very soon. And let me just say that there's a person and there's a car wash involved.
All right. I wonder who that person. I wonder who that person might be.
I'm not going to say a word, but
okay.
It's one thing to go out and test things in the field.
Are you telling me
you might
something?
get a light rain, or you might get some snow and whatnot. And is it going to really do the job. But
oh man,
in a car wash, you're testing it for sure.
Well, you're tested for sure. You got. I think I'm under the weight limit. I think right now. I don't think I could stand up in a car.
You need a very big rock in your pocket.
I would be a very big rock in my pocket,
or half a dozen decoy.
Yeah. So what do you talked a little bit about it, and we'll let you go here because I know you got to get going today, but. You talked. The name of the show is Migration. I mean, this has been one of the weirdest years for us in our area. I don't know what kind of season you guys had up there before the blizzards hit and everything else. Was it good?
No, it was non-existent.
Yes, yeah.
It was literally summertime temps.
That's amazing.
Until, a week and a half ago.
Yeah, and that was what we were saying, and. I know some guys that had a good hunt in southern Missouri, where they have got some weather. We had so much warm weather and no rain. We didn't have anything unless you were pumping. And then now we're getting weather that's 28 one day and 70 the next day. You don't know how you dress. But that is one thing that I will say about Drake. You can be versatile wearing Drake outfits. Because
there's no doubt. No doubt.
You know that for a fact. Before we let you go, I got to ask you one thing. What's the worst weather you have ever duck hunted in?
It would have to be cold. I've hunted in rain and whatnot, and that's certainly no fun. But I filmed a hunt 5-6 years ago, and it was 2 degrees was the high.
The high.
And the wind was blowing 30 to 40 miles an hour. It's
a rough job, but somebody's got to do it. Right, Barney?
I tell you what, I did it because I was in a blind boat with 5 heaters running.
Now we have the truth. Hey, Barney, thank you for being with us. As always good to talk to you, and we may get you again next month. Who knows? I don't care. I like to have Barney on, but we'll talk Drake Waterfowl in January. But hope you have a great week, and hope that back gets all right with you. Okay, buddy?
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. And 2 degrees, 30-mile-an-hour wind. Ain't we having fun?
Oh, yeah.
But I know that when I go to Taj Mahal, there's a couch in there, and they've got Greg, this place has the greatest cooks that I've ever seen.
Yeah, we'll feed you.
You will feed you. That's right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
You can find out